It's kind of this Disney like mindset that I had growing up. And it was this idea that, your friends are forever. You're supposed to keep them forever. The people who you met in, school or whatever, they're going to be your friends for life and whatever. And, it sounded like a good thing, but I've realized from personal experience that probably shouldn't be the case for most people, especially for people who are like very growth oriented. At least for me, I found that friendships have a season. There's a season for the friendships that I have, and by trying to stay longer, it creates more problems generally than it solves. Like, the person who I was 2, 3 years ago is almost a completely different person than who I am now. And a few years from now, I'm probably gonna be like a different person because I'm constantly looking for ways to grow and improve myself and whatnot. Then particularly the way that I think, the way that I see the world, the behaviors that I want to engage in, those things change over time. When you try to, or when I have tried to like stay and like be around the same people all the time over like time, I've just noticed it starts to become more and more inauthentic because I'm just behaving in a way that I think will align with what their perception is of me, like acceptable behavior or whatever, but it just becomes really inauthentic. Like, I'll give you a more concrete example. So when I was younger, played a lot of video games, pretty much obsessed with like just doing that essentially. And, the friend that I would like play a lot of games with, the beginning of the relationship or friendship, it was like really cool, whatever. But eventually, as I started like getting older and maturing and just not wanting to spend so much time on video games because I thought, hey, it's probably not like the best use of my time. Well, when we hung out, because the only thing we would do was play video games, it's kind of like a weird thing. So it's either, okay, I either play video games and compromise what my current values are, or I say, hey, I'm not going to play video games. It's just going to be really awkward. Most of the time, I'd fall into the pressure and just like go back and like do those things. And it wasn't just video games. It could be things like doing drugs or, talking about certain topics and doing certain things. It's just when you meet someone and you establish certain habits around people, it's very hard to get out of that. And so what I found is that friendships have seasons. It's way better to have friendships in seasons and accept that rather than trying to extend something longer than it should be. Of course, if you're someone who has like a long-term friend and like they align with your values and you guys are on the same page, like that's awesome. Like, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who are feeling like they're kind of outgrowing their friendships, and it's not in like this hateful way, like, oh, this person's bad and I'm right and whatever. It's more just people's paths are different. I'm on a different path than a lot of other people. That doesn't make me right or them wrong. It just means we're on different paths, and we may have intersected for a while and like been together for a little while, but eventually for me to continue going where I want to go, we have to separate, and that's a completely fine thing. Again, doesn't mean that I hate any of like my friends or whatever. Like, if I see them again, it's like we're still on good terms or whatever. It's just I'm not going to spend as much time with them, nearly enough time or nearly as much time, if it's not like really aligned with who I am or who I want to become anymore. I wish somebody earlier on would have told me that this is okay and that I don't need to try and hold on so tight to like past habits and behaviors or whatever. Because one of my fears was that, okay, if I stop hanging out with this person, they'll probably like start disliking me or like thinking bad, or just bad things will happen. But most of the time, they'll understand. It just is what it is. And I've actually found that it's actually better, not only for me, but for them as well. Because if I start to separate myself because I realize, hey, I'm on a different path, I don't want to be doing these things anymore, now they have the freedom to go and find someone else who does like align, like pretty much like they can find a friend who is in the same season as them, who like aligns with their values, who wants to do the same stuff as they want to do, rather than being with you and having this inauthentic experience. Because that's something I think I would do a lot. I would go and hang out with some of these people pretending that I wanted to do these things when I really didn't. My heart really wasn't into it, and I think I cheated then out of a like authentic experience. So I just think it's better to be able to like cut yourself off and like slowly separate, like however that ends up working out for you. And don't feel bad or guilty about it. It's just like how life is. We're all growing, we're all on different paths. You shouldn't feel bad about wanting to be around people who align closer to what your values are and are headed in whatever direction that you want to go, who want to be on a similar path.